Hey guys, first regards in here, and I'll be talking about a max damage Xenophase blade build for the Bulwark class in Space Marine 2 patch 13. And now the Xenophase blade got a buff just like all the other power swords to its speeds. This one's actually better than ever now, and I'll be real, I was already a big fan of the Xenophase blade because number one, this thing looks fucking cool, and also, despite the balanced parry window, the heroic perk effect here, Ancient Technology, power wake waves are wider and deal 20% more damage, is a very strong perk effect on the power sword in general, just because power rakes are that strong already, on top of the fact that this will not only make your power rake waves wider horizontally, but also vertically, which means hitting things like Zoanthropes, Neurothropes, and Light and Zangors is super easy on this weapon, so a really strong option for us. Now, the first perk we take here is Armored Strength. If you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. It is very easy to maintain armor on the Bulwark class with stuff like Focus Restoration, or even the perk down here, Armor Reinforcement, and also the next perk here gives us even more damage, the Master of Offense. After switching your sword combat style, you will deal 20% more melee damage for 5 seconds. The cooldown is 10 seconds. Now, usually, this will last just long enough to get off like a single power rake attack and maybe like a lunging attack, so really strong for us. And next perk here is Perpetual Strength, down here into the perk Perpetual Strength. Then we pick up Tranquility, and of course the perk Melee Onslaught for a 10% melee damage buff flat. Next perk here is Hard Target. While performing a light combo, you will take 15% less range damage. This is actually okay on the Xenophase despite a 2+ speed, because you really don't have to light combo that much at all, just get this buff going. And next perk here is Top Tier with the perk Cutting Edge. Power Rake deals 50% more melee damage. We are a power rake build on pretty much every single power sword in the entire game, so you pretty much always want this perk. It's kind of unfortunate the perk up here, Reeling Blow, just sucks, but this one's just way better. And next perk here is Extremis Slayer for a 15% buff against Extremis. We go up here for Majora's Slayer for a 10% buff against Majora's, and Terminus Slayer for a 20% buff against Terminus level enemies. And then we skip over the perk down here, Minora's Slayer, because on a power sword, you're already really good at just wiping out Minoras on stuff like power style attacks, also the power whirl attacks, so a really redundant option, to be honest. And the final perk I take instead is of course Power Restoration. You get 100% more contested health from power style attacks, because usually when you are taking chip damage you want to get your CHP back from, that is going to be against Minora's enemies, and power style is the best for those anyways, so really good synergy there. That's pretty much all there is for the power sword build. And now for our secondary, we once again take the Firepower Plasma Pistol. Now in patch 13, all of the common shot damage got buffed on Plasma Pistol Relic Tier variants. It's actually very strong now, not only damage but also contested health recovery, and the Firepower Relic Tier variant also has the highest gun strike damage, and we are a balanced weapon here, so getting gun strikes off is very easy for us. Now for the perk tree here, we just go for full damage, starting off with the perk Plasma Collection, going to the perk Rapid Cooling, Plasma Collection again, into the perk here Blast Radius for a damage radius of 10% increase in our charge shots. Then we pick up Perpetual Velocity for a faster charge speed on our charge shots, because you pretty much always want this perk. Then I go down here for Plasma Collection, Blast Radius again, Retaliation for a 25% damage buff for 10 seconds on a perfect dodge, and the final perk is Divine Might, and that's pretty much all there is for the Plasma Pistol. Now for the Bulwark perk tree, we do start off with the perk down here, Intimidating Aura first. A perfect time parry deals AoE damage in a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. This is just the best perk in this column by far. The damage here is ridiculous. I will say though that the perk down here, Forward Momentum, for a 30% melee damage buff on a shield bash, this will technically give you higher damage on your actual melee weapon, but that being said, the damage from this perk is just superior in pretty much every way. Next perk here is Shock and Awe. Enemies in a shock area take 25% more damage. This is just a nice damage buff, and also the 25% increase here is really strong for your melee weapon and shield bash, so great option here. And to trigger this on this build, we will be taking the perk in our signature tree, Emergency Countermeasure. When your armor is fully depleted, a reserve shock grenade automatically detonates in your position, and the cooldown is 45 seconds. This is a full shock grenade, so it actually lasts a very long time, and the 45-second cooldown here is not very long at all. I'll also say the other option here, Defensive Mastery, for a shock area for 5 seconds on a 30-second cooldown. This perk kinda sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a 30-second cooldown is really long for this, and you're also giving up very powerful perk effects like Steel Within, Armor Reinforcements, so for that reason we just take this one instead, or you can take Armor Restore on this one. Next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all team members automatically restore 1 armor segment. This is by far the best team perk on Bulwark. The damage reduction this actually gives you is tremendous, especially for squishier teammates. And Advanced Conditioning is pretty good, but like this one will come out to way more damage reduction overall. And if you know how to actually like manage your contested health, this one does not do a lot for you in the first place. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies with its area of effect. This is just a free shock grenade on your banner. Super powerful effect unlike any single setup for your banner like Lori's Shield or Invigorating Icon. But the next perk we take here is, of course, Concussive Force for a couple reasons. Number one, Shield Bash is just ridiculous with this perk effect, but more importantly, this perk is actually bugged to work on the lunging attack with a 100% damage increase every 5 seconds on every weapon in the game pretty much. So a really strong option for us here and by far the best for damage. Next perk here is Merciful Resolve. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%. You know this for 5 hits, you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. A 15% melee damage buff here is super nice. This also gives you no knockback where otherwise you would have none, so definitely grab this. And the final perk is still Emergency Countermeasure, and that's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree here. Now, for the prestige perk options, we just take the standard resilience, Medicase to restore 40% more HP. Moving here into the perk Overcharge. Held and charge attack damage increases by 20%. This is a 20% multiplicative melee damage increase to your power rake, which is incredible because that's pretty much all you use on this weapon anyway, so definitely pick that up. And next perk here is Powerful Shot for even more damage on our plasma pistol. And the final perk is, of course, Masterful Defense. Ability charge restored by 1% for every blocked range attack, because this perk is just a god tier option for CDR in the game. And really, like any horde shooter, a cooldown perk like this is going to be godly, but like this one especially is incredible. So that's pretty much all there is for the Bulwark setup here, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to catch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description. I'll also have a link to my community Discord. I also want to say a special thank you to my channel members. You guys have been super supportive and I appreciate that a ton. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye.
Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa? Performing our mission objectives, Phaedrus. Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep... Phaedrus, your last message was interrupted. Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Fox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status? Phaedrus went silent, Heraton. We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic wall.
We are buying this order, so I wait till the update. Well, the update is probably not gonna come until you have way more accolades anyway, so you should be totally fine just buying it now.
Imperial vessels are sturdy, but they do have limits. Let us remake this vessel into an instrument of retribution. Xenos leader beasts are running the swarm. Diagnostic. The Imperial Navy has impressive armaments. It is tempting to fire these cannons at the nearest Xenos vessel.
These were the horrors I was promised. Oh, that's just rude. I love balanced prayer windows. Not too bad on this one, but how are you doing so far? We're doing pretty well. You know, we're rocking our Praetor of Orpheus Xenophase Blade Death Launch Bulwark build. Now, Praetors of Orpheus are an Ultramarine successor, for those of you who are unaware, that specialize in Tech Priests, actually. Or, like, Adeptus Mechanicus stuff with Tech Marines. Been learning block, and in effect, balance got annoying at the time. Balance is just the worst parry window. It just is.
As are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the ordnance depot. Calculating
I did siege for the accolades. Yesterday's weekly accolades went on the leg pack instead of a weapon. I also need the siege for the well, not the accolades, but I need the siege mode just because it didn't give me my ordeal yesterday, which is pretty lame. Hello, Battle Brothers, low FCG. What's up, Legend Magos?
With the main console in front of you to bypass the security protocols.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending. Rally at the lift and proceed to the objective.
How does shield bash cancel that fast? Like cancel the bash itself out before the damage happens? I have a guide on that. Look up, and I have multiple guides on that actually. But like really, you just have to wait a second, make sure the damage goes off, and then do it again. Like once they've done the full animation, like the wave going out, it should be fine.
Cyclonic armament secured for now.
Good evening, gentlemen. What's up, Salamander?
You are nearing the reactor. All squads, we have updated our battle stratagems. Keraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Keraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields. Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed.
Oh.
Talassa, I need you to disable
Plasma's making it pretty easy though.
Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods. Aim for the exposed rod sections.
Oh, there come all the guys. Wondrous.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms. Shuttle is going to the showcase. Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged.
I love ghost berries.
Target the enemy artillery. Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms. Run destroyed. Acquiring next target. Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the secondary. Access granted to the bridge console.
Oh my god, dude, what a mess. Fucking Biowars in this game.
Fresh ammunition acquired. Incoming small mines.
Or not, we'll get out of this eventually.
Artillery silenced. Xenos Alpha is eradicated.
Is your rate of fire or damage plasma? This is damage plasma. This is the damage plasma.
The Xenos falter in the face of our firepower.
Elements of the cooling rod array are cloaked.
Applying overwhelming force.
Give every class 2 ranged weapons, they're not gonna do that, bro.
All roads are now
Not even more accurate.
operational.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation.
Alright, I'm not going back to the box machine over here.
Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma reactors to overheat.
Moving to objective below current location.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in combat squad?
The Sniper's a good starting class. I would say any class could be a good starting class. Vanguard's definitely the easiest, but like, play whatever you want, dude.
Negative.
Space Marine 2 is not like that hard of a game, to the point that like, you need to be like, oh, I must have the most min-max class of all time to start with.
We remain under heavy
You'll learn something from
Tyranid
all of them.
assault. Once they feel the heat from the plasma reactors, we believe they will
Heavy should be able to use knife, to be honest. Well, they do have a close combat weapon on tabletop. They don't actually have a knife.
If you do not
It doesn't make the
react
class
to
feel
detonate,
better.
The cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead. Keep the Xenos turrets fire and fury, Octavio. Result invigorates the battle. Tyranid leader base destroyed. Xenos specimen in sight. Classification: Carbonates. Emergency Xenos detected. Xenos Alpha Beta. Grenade out. Destroy the Lexavist. Formidable Tyranid organism terminated.
Alright. That dude's stuck.
Specialized wargear in action. Psychoterium sighted. Prioritize headshots. Xenos organic matter rots under our boot heels. Crack grenade launched.
What a clusterfuck, dude.
Psychoclassified Xenos destroyed. Monstrous Xenos eradicated.
I have 150 hours, I'm still not good. What do? You play another 5,000. Simple as. Just put in 10,000 more hours.
Large Tyranid organism destroyed.
It was an awkward spot to fight that boss. Those are the balance parry window, but what are you gonna do? I gotta say, they really outdid themselves with the green glow of Xenophase blade in this game. I guess I'll do that. Well, good luck, brother. You've only got 4,000... Actually, no, 9,900 plus hours to go, you know? Actually, not even, dude. You only got 9,850 to go. Oh, I guess I'll have to play more then. Yes, keep playing and don't stop playing. And because you're not a quitter until you quit your job to play more. Then you are a quitter. You're quitting for a good purpose.
This work crew is made up of servitors.
Attention. Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Provide sufficient...
Have it heavy yet, heroic heavy bolter or not? Definitely get the heroic heavy bolter. That shit's peak.
Security protocols dictate that only claimed principal servitors have entry authorization.
Search the fallen servitors.
Awesome, love this.
Caution, brothers. So-and-so spotted. Fortify this position. None of these servitors have access.
So as long as you get like one, or I should say, if you don't get the first puzzle on this map, you'll always get the second one, and vice versa. Oh, I guess more.
Their sacrifice is not complete until we have their eye scans. None of these servitors have access.
There's a nice rip which Half even is that's Praetor's Morpheus. They're a Ultramarine successor that love Tech Marines. They're very techno themed. Which bug you assign parry to? All my keybinds are vanilla except for the aim key, just mouse for. This.
Checking this servitor. Their sacrifice is not complete until we have their eye scans. Their faces hold the ocular data we require. This one was the cleared leader.
Oh, you said that you're gonna check out Dark-type games for an update coming? Yeah, dude, the biggest update ever is coming for that game. Skatari, that update's probably gonna be bigger than anything in Space Marine 2. We got a meme about it. Dude, when Dark-type peaks, it fucking peaks, okay? It just goes into, like, multi-year-long hibernation. I'm just kidding. That's what it feels like.
Maintenance grade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted.
Hurry to the objective. Prepare for heavy resistance burns. That reactor must be destroyed. Here it comes. Honor our brothers. Honor.
New mission as well, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But the Skitarii itself is going to be pretty extensive. From the sounds of it.
Brace for Xeno's impact.
Now, balance very well against these guys. It's kind of annoying, but. They're also pretty easy to bully, though. For his shield bash.
The beast dives at us. Prepare for contact. Evade the energy surges. Brace for Xeno's impact. Here it comes. The beast dives at us. Applying overwhelming force. The remaining primate is invigorated now that it is cornered. The living prime seeks revenge on us. Frag grenade out. Prepare for contact. Our brothers are avenged.
When in doubt, you just pull out the shield bash.
Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop...
After you do the game, I have around 600 blue currency saved up. Was wondering which rogue weapons to get first. What would you recommend? Thanks. I mean, which class do you play?
Catastrophic plasma disperse.
Caught that fool, dude. Yeah. That was perma-stun lock him.
Now exposed.
Very fair.
Caution advised.
Reactor critical, Talassa. Disengage. Do not halt for any reason. Talassa, we're tracking your signatures. Octavio and Heraton Leader already on board. Our brothers prevailed.
Core integrity at 50% functionality.
Specialized warfare in action. We're almost there. Hurry. The cruiser has begun breaking apart. We will wait as long as we can.
And there we go. As the max damage Xenophase blade.
Detonate.